Belle Stone with WOA. So this past week, as we know, the ACLU issued a letter threatening to sue the city of Greensboro for violating residents' rights. This was due to a spotlight being placed on Greensboro police for seizing the personal property of houseless people. Most recently, we observed police posting signs on the bridge over Murrow Boulevard beside the IRC stating that city operations will remove personal belongings from people who have nowhere to store their belongings. The sign says, "We do not want to see your belongings taken from you." Yet police have been ordering the confiscation of people's belongings in this city for years. Back in 2018, the police department issued a memo describing a procedure they are putting in place to clean up encampments. In this note, the police admitted that, quote, "In the past, our crews have gone in and cleaned up camps and inadvertently thrown out the occupants' medications and other much needed items that have created very negative impacts on the people living in the camps," end quote. That was 2018 from the police. The number of houseless people, the number of encampments, and the needs of people forced to live outside have only increased in the 5 years since. We can only imagine that the intensified housing crisis and the attention more folks are bringing to the issue precipitated the ACLU's threat of a lawsuit this past week. It's worth noting that the police and the city are not the only institutions implicated in this lawsuit. Organizations that facilitate the practice of confiscating and destroying people's belongings are part of the issue as well. The directive over which the ACLU is suing notes that police officers will conduct an annual review of the policy with the collaboration of organizations and resource providers who serve people experiencing homelessness. Examples of these providers, according to the cops, include the Interactive Resource Center. As explicitly stated by the police, the IRC collaborates with the cops on the policy by which people's belongings are taken. The IRC and other charity institutions co-sign the posting of these signs and the seizure of items from houseless people right on their very doorstep. Collaborations like this are part of why so many people that we speak with at our distributions have problems with the IRC, despite all the city funding that y'all are constantly giving it. If people could store their belongings in the IRC's facilities or the city's facilities, and if people could access storage space in the city or other charity facilities here, then these kinds of policies, these seizures of property, wouldn't be happening. And if the IRC and other charity institutions refuse to cooperate with the police and instead make clear they do not work with the hired guns of the state, then policies such as the one at the center of this lawsuit wouldn't be able to go quietly into effect. A fact everyone should recognize is that people's rights aren't simply being violated when their possessions are taken. That's the focus of this lawsuit, violation of these constitutional amendments by the seizure of personal property without due process, but that's not the first time these people's rights have been violated. Their rights were violated the moment they were evicted. They were violated the moment that basic needs like shelter are commodified and humans are turned into revenue streams. Capitalism is the systemization of victimization for profit. It's neither sustainable nor conscionable. Good night.